You wake up and something feels wrong. Not in the world, but in you. The room is the same. The walls haven't moved. The city outside continues its quiet rhythm. But there's a distance now, a thin, invisible barrier between you and everything else. You try to speak, to act, to belong, but it all feels rehearsed, as if you are playing a role you were never meant to understand. This was not a nightmare. This was a life. The life of Franz Kafka. He was not born into chaos. There were rules, expectations, a structure to follow. A father who stood like a monument, solid, immovable, unquestioned, and beside him, a son who felt smaller with every passing year. Not weak, but misplaced, as if the world had been built with a logic he could see, but not inhabit. He learned to observe, to listen, to analyze, to understand the patterns of behavior, the hidden codes of social life. And yet understanding did not bring him closer. It only made the distance clearer, because there is a quiet cruelty in seeing how things work and realizing you do not fit within them. The world, to most, is a place of movement. To him, it was a system, endless corridors, closed doors, instructions without explanation. You are told what to do, where to go, who to become, but never why. And if you ask, the answer dissolves into more rules, more waiting, more silence. He saw it everywhere, in offices, in institutions, in the quiet rituals of daily life. A machinery that demanded obedience without ever revealing its purpose. And the more clearly he saw it, the more absurd it became. Because what is more unsettling than a system that functions perfectly and means nothing? At some point, the distance becomes too great, and something begins to fracture. Not outwardly, no one sees it, but inside, the sense of self loosens, shifts, becomes uncertain. You are no longer a single voice, but a collection of contradictions, a person in the world and a stranger within it, a body that moves and a mind that watches from elsewhere, and slowly you begin to feel less like a man and more like something observing what it means to be one. There is a quiet horror in that, not loud, not violent, but persistent, the kind that does not scream but stays. So he wrote, not to explain the world, but to survive it, to give shape to something that could not be spoken directly. On the page, the invisible became visible. The absurd took form. The silent pressure of existence found a voice. But even there was no peace, because to write the truth is to face it, fully, without distraction, without illusion. Writing was not freedom, it was exposure, a way of turning inward and finding no exit. There is a point where the weight becomes too quiet, too constant, to ignore. Not dramatic, not explosive, just a slow understanding that you do not quite belong to the life you are living. What if I simply disappeared? Not in anger, not in protest, but gently, as if correcting a mistake. In fact, he asked for the opposite, for his work to be destroyed, unread, erased. But some truths refuse to disappear because they do not belong to one person. They belong to a feeling, one that countless others carry in silence. And so his words remained. Perhaps that is why his voice still lingers. Not because it explains life, but because it reflects something we rarely admit. That feeling of being slightly out of place, of understanding too much and belonging too little. Kafka does not resolve this. He does not offer peace, only recognition. And maybe that is enough, because sometimes the most human thing is not to find where you belong, but to realize you are not alone and feeling like you don't.